You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for ninny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
Interest fucking your mistress. I'm playing in a hand trick with Danica Pantrick. I'm saying an accent. Nick Cannon's fantastic. The Zoxes and Foxes. The Zoxes and Foxes. While I'm listening to the Loxes. A whole bunch of boxes. Right in my garage with a bunch of launch cars inside of the porch. A bunch of my cars in a launch garage. Swerving in an emergency lane with cars from New Jersey. While I'm lounging on Pinterest, fucking your mistress.
Oh, God.
And welcome to episode 180 of Nerd Rage Radio. That was, dude, you found that guy on Instagram now? You found that guy on Instagram?
No, somebody sent it to me. I should shout them out.
You should shout them out.
Yeah. Shout out to...
Not for nothing, a text message came down while I was watching it. It said my insides aren't right. Just want to say that.
Follow Moody_FCUK. That's the one who sent it to me. You tore me up. My insides aren't right.
I didn't know if she was talking about poop or not. Maybe she is. Anyway.
I'm going to tell her that came through at an odd time.
And don't say anything else. Leave it alone. Yeah, welcome. It's Adam Russman and Bobby Skullface here for the original crew. High five.
High five.
Of Nerd Rage Radio. We don't need those suckers.
Last week we had all four.
It was too much.
It's too much.
Too much.
We annexed.
Back
to
basics. You know what else is back to basics? Back to Beer and Bolters 30K.
I know.
Well, now 30K. But now I was listening to it and Chris's volumes of shit. So I'm like, all right, I got to get another one of those little mixers from my laptop whenever we record. But I don't know if I could like spend any money.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet, but I do want to listen to it. It's in my queue.
Don't even waste it. Don't even waste your time on it.
No?
I mean, you can if you want to. It's you're a snore fest for you. Take a little snore fest.
Snore some more?
Snore some more. If you need to go to bed, you can't. You at the insomnia.
No, what I mean, I'm sure you guys talk about like the sanguinous and all that.
We did. We talked about
like I'm curious to like just hear the opinion.
Dude, I'm so excited. So excited about that stuff. Dude, I had a really good conversation. We had a couple good conversations in regards to that. I had some really good conversations with some of our group, our club, and whatnot, and some other people that were getting kind of affiliated with. I've been painting like a fucking maniac. I got a commission, got another commission I'm about to get. I got Joe's commission, which he's super happy. I gotta say one thing, man. And joking, I know Joe's legit. I know he's sincere in what he means because he if he doesn't like something, he has said something to me. Mm-hmm. But sometimes he's so happy about it. I'm like, dude, you can't be really this happy. Nobody's just really this happy. But then he'll be like, hey, I love it. Except for this. I got to redo this. And I'm like, oh, my bad. He said, no, it's good to go. I told you what I'd do something else, and now I don't want it. I want to redo it. That's fine. But he's super happy about that. So I got this big-ass fucking tank to paint for him. And I got a couple of techniques I'm trying to master here before I jump into it. Cause it's
where are you housing all this stuff?
Dude, my fucking basement.
Is it in a whole bunch of boxes?
No, it's in some nice glass cases.
Oh, okay.
But I do have boxes with like a glass case.
Sure.
Yeah, it's great. But my Nerd Week has been fucking whack.
Yeah, this may be a short show.
I'm down.
Yeah.
You know, I can go home and fucking go to sleep. Haven't slept in a couple days.
Let's just you and I catch up today.
Hey, man, let's just do that. That's a good idea. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of shows that I've watched. None. No. Trailers that I really care about. Talk about the Super Bowl shit was kind of whack.
Yeah.
It was really whack.
Fucking bummer. All that hype
for nothing. It was an Instagram post.
I heard that they're actually not going to refer to this particular past game, like as a side note, as the Super Bowl. They're going to call it like the Fair Bowl. I heard. I don't know.
No, it's meeting requirements bowl.
Yeah,
Not exceeding expectations.
but like the game was trash. Apparently, I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
The commercials were trash.
Yeah,
Like it was
yeah.
all fucking trash.
Adam
fest.
Levine's nipples were trash. Dude, that guy is tatted out way too much for the type of music he makes.
Oh my god!
Right?
Dude, preach it.
Right?
Yes.
I'm waiting for him to drop some like killer bars.
Yeah.
Next
yeah.
to a hologram
Give me
of
the
Tupac.
Give me the bars, or give me a little bit of.
Yeah,
You know what I
right?
mean?
Yeah. He's far too pretty,
Yeah.
and he sings it too high of an octave.
He like looks like a lost member of fucking Sons of Anarchy, and then he comes out and he's like, "Girl with that body." I'm like, what are you doing?
I know it's too much, and he's a funny dude. Like my daughters watch that The Voice show, and I like him and the country dude. Like the country dude like leans on him a lot. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's like a likable
Yeah,
person.
definitely.
Yeah. The I had to mop for an extremely long time.
Really?
Yeah, it was a job that was under contract. 36 hours of mopping.
Damn.
It was a lot of mopping. However, I will say I've had some really interesting mopping recently.
Really?
You know, usually you get fed up with the flat floors, back and forth, S pattern maybe at most. But I mean, I've had some really
Like spiral staircases are so interesting to mop.
yeah.
you
I've
know?
had some really interesting. It's kind of
be
rejuvenated
careful.
me a bit.
Yeah, good. That's good.
Just because it's been like, you know, when you actually, you know, you learn a lot of mopping skills, and when you actually get to implement them, especially the ones that like, you know, you there's some old experienced mopper, and he's
Yeah.
been telling you this one mopping trick, and you're like, oh, that's awesome. But by your 10th year, you're like, why do I even waste my time? I'm never going to do it. And then you do it.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's see. I played Monopoly also.
Really?
During a lunch break at Monopoly. I mean, at mopping. It was very intense. I called the outcome 2 times. The second time around the board.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm the first one out.
Okay.
I'm the first one out, and the winner's going to be between you two. And There's 4 people playing. The other person was like, what about me? And I was like, you're going to die somewhere in the middle. I'm unsure.
I'm the red shirt in this movie.
Yeah. So I was the first one out.
You mad as shit too, weren't you?
No.
Salty.
No. I was prepared. It was a bit of a bummer because I got the light purple, like the fuchsia kind of St. Charles, and then I got all them, and I had 3 hotels on all 3 of them before anyone started building, but no one landed on them. You know, I just started laughing to myself, like, dude, isn't it funny how, like, I play Monopoly a lot, like. I play it probably 5 or 6 times a year, which I think is a lot of times for Monopoly.
I would agree.
Yeah. But it's so funny to me when you're trying to like avoid a hotel when you're rolling, and it's like you need like a 2 or a 5 to get through it, but you can't get a 7 because there's another hotel waiting for you there. You know, and the people just let the dice like dribble out of their hands. When they're trying, you know what I mean? But if you're trying to get around a board, you like really shake them up,
that's a
like
good
there's some
point.
correlation between the two. It's so fucking funny to me. But I say that to say this: nobody landed. Well, I think one person landed on my hotel, and they landed on the cheap one.
Yeah.
So it was nonsense, and then the person traded the Venter and a railroad for the boardwalk.
Oh, they did like a side table trade.
Yeah, after all the properties built up, you know, or bought up.
That's we need. I'm going to circle back to this in a second. All right.
So the boardwalk person, the person that was going to give up boardwalk for Venter and the railroad, was like, "And you need to throw in some cash too." And the guy was like, "I don't know, man. It's not fair." And these are all novice players, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Look, if you want a third party opinion, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm going to sit over here and enjoy my tea." You know what I mean? And they're like, "Yeah, give me a third party opinion." And I was like, "The deal for Venter is already in Venter's favor. You don't need any extra money." People love the boardwalk in Park Place, I think because of McDonald's, but like,
No, they're a game enter. If you throw a hotel,
they
it's like $2,000,
but
right?
It's so hard to build on it. It's 2 slots. The key to Monopoly are the reds and yellows. Like that's the game
in the railroad.
But no, because like by the end, if you don't have $200 to cover the railroads, like you shouldn't be in a goddamn game in the first place. But like,
Yeah, but the railroads, if you can get the railroads early, they can be a
yes,
first multiplier.
early
Yeah.
railroads help build hotels.
Yeah.
But like the reds, the yellows, and if you have the cake, the greens.
Yeah, but there's always a chance card that's going to send you to send you to Boardwalk.
There is one.
So like, I usually
There's
always
also a St. Charles one though.
I usually
There's a-
always get Boardwalk in Park Place. Like I'll fuck around and get Boardwalk on the first go around. You know what I mean? Sometimes a second, so I can afford it. But it seems to be like once you get Boardwalk and Park Place locked in, the game is over. Did the winner have Boardwalk and Park
Negative.
Place? Really?
I've never seen anybody win with Boardwalk and Park
Really?
Place. Because you only got two options to win, and it costs fucking $1,000 to put a hotel on it.
And you get $2,000 back, right?
Correct, if somebody
Yeah.
lands on it. But like in the same way that people are like, man, I never land on Park Place so that I can buy it, or I never land on Boardwalk so I can buy it. Well, guess what? You never land on it to pay the motherfucker the $2,000 that you owe him either.
I see people on it all the time.
Reds and yellows. Reds and yellows is the game ender. Especially if you can get both and lock down that block, the game is over. So as soon as he was trying to get more money, I was like, don't let McDonald's fool you. The yellow's going to win this game, and the yellow won the game.
So even when he sold all of his properties in
Morgan, yeah, we played a.
So I'm glad you took it back around. Do you put all the cash in the center for
Absolutely not.
free parking?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah.
But you do allow off-board deals.
Yes, you can do off-board deals once all the property has been
Is that
purchased.
in the proper rules?
I don't know. I know that the free parking is not.
I know.
Yeah.
The free parking is definitely an ad hoc type thing.
You know what they got rid of?
Huh.
When you pass go and you land on that spot where it's like pay $200 or 10% of your total worth, they got rid of the 10%.
Too much math.
Yep, you got to pay
Too
the
much
$200.
math. Yeah.
Not that anybody. I mean, it was very rare when you saw somebody break it down because most of the time when you land on it and you got fucking properties, you're better off just paying the $200.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not even in the new game now. Also, like the distribution of money at the beginning is different. I don't know if it's the same total.
Yeah.
But like, look, this ain't my first rodeo.
Huh.
You get 2 500s, 2 100s, 2 50s, 6 20s, 5 10s, 5 5s, and 5 1s. I know it like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
It's not that anymore. It's something
Really?
else. But I wasn't sure if the worth was the same, and I ended up being the banker. So I was like, look, we're playing the old school way.
Gotcha. I'm interested to see that Monopoly for millennials. You don't own anything because you're broke, and people got fucking salty about it. But it was like it was like one of the top gifts this Christmas, and like, you couldn't find a copy of it. But all right, so here's my opinion. If you're going to do side deals, then you got to do the Park Place thing too.
I think side deals are in the game rules.
Are they?
I think because if you can't do side deals, you could theoretically never win. Because the only way to win Monopoly is to have people with monopolies. So like if you don't have
no. I mean, like people can run out of money and they have to lease. They have to mortgage their shit.
Yeah, but you're not going to run out of money if nobody has monopolies.
No, you'll eventually run out of money.
No, you won't.
I mean, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, but but then I wouldn't give somebody else a monopoly.
Well, I'm not going to just give somebody a monopoly, but like I'll take a gamble. Like I'll give you this monopoly, and I'm going to get this monopoly.
Yeah, but if you're not trading till everybody already has all the properties sold, then you are giving somebody a monopoly, right?
Correct. But hopefully, if you're a good player, you in turn are also getting a monopoly.
That's interesting.
Like I'm not going to give you a monopoly for like one.
See, like what I used to play with a few people who they would cheat amongst themselves. Not gonna put their names out there, but like
But Daryl, Jimmy, Saunders,
fucking assholes. But like like hey dude, give me that for cheap, or hey loan me the money. And like people paying their stuff. It's just fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and I'm not into like I don't play any of that. Like whatever the deal is concluded at the end of that, like at the beginning of that term. Mm-hmm. So like there's no upstanding. Or
I'll pay you $100 later.
No, that or when I land on it, I pay half the mortgage. Like none of that shit.
Yeah.
Like the deal is done,
or forgiving people's mortgages or the rent.
Right.
Yeah.
The deal is done. The deal is done, and
Yeah.
the game continues as normal after the deal is made.
I do think that Park Place thing can get an unfair thing if there's been like heavy taxes and everything.
Yeah.
Like, people to scoop up a huge amount of money.
Yeah, the free parking. Yeah, I'll tell you.
free
I'll tell
parking.
you what else though. That I just learned this game. I feel like it's like something that like has come up before, but like nobody's felt like going through the rules, so we just house rule the game.
Yeah.
So when you go to jail, you can pay $50 and get out.
Yep.
You can use your get out of jail free turn, your card,
Or you can wait 3 turns.
or you can wait 3 turns.
Or roll doubles.
The 3 turns all 3 turns you have to roll the dice to see if you get doubles.
Gotcha.
if you get doubles,
Yep.
so it's your first time around, and you roll 2 3s,
Yep.
you're out of jail, but you also move those 6 spaces.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I wasn't. I feel like that question has come up. Like,
Really?
do I roll again, or does that just mean I'm free from jail and then I go again? Do I roll, or is this double my
Yeah.
initial roll, which moves me out of jail? Now I roll
And
again.
if you roll
to go
3
forward?
doubles in a row, you go to jail. On the
Correct.
third double.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
and you don't get to land on whatever the third.
Nope.
Yeah.
You don't pass go. You don't collect $200.
Correct.
And you can't.
Oh, it's not dollars anymore either.
What is it?
Monopoly money. Like, it's not a S with like the 2 lines through it.
Yeah.
It's like a M with 2 lines horizontally through it.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Don't like that. And also, you can't collect a mortgage if you're in jail. Correct.
You can. We looked that up.
Really?
Yep.
Is that changed?
Nope. Because I played on the old school game, and Laura and I had to look it up because we were unsure about it.
Huh. Interesting.
In jail, like, I mean, I was trying to, like, you know, like when I saw when the yellow started getting built, it wasn't long after that the red started getting built, and I was like, I need to go to jail. Like, I'm trying to go to jail right now. Like, where's Tekashi 6ix9ine? Because I'm like, I need to go to jail. He's snitching. He's big. He's like big time snitching.
Oh, really?
Like, snitching. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, funny how that works out.
But you know what? I can't. I'm not sure if I blame them when these guys are like when they found all these fucking wiretaps and shit. But these guys were talking about fucking killing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like, why should he value their fucking?
No,
you know, like,
I'm with you. I mean,
but I don't know.
if that's how you feel about being a rat, that's fine.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. I mean, I know Instagram isn't the same without him.
Oh yeah, and you're not allowed to do any of that shit from jail.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's crazy or not.
No, I mean, like it's interesting that like you're not even allowed, like even if you had like computer room time,
your
you're
presence,
you're not allowed to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know, you wouldn't really think about that until later down the line that somebody had established a policy for that.
I did watch 2 shows this week.
What's that?
Well, 1 show, 2 episodes, to be
Okay.
fair. Dynasties.
The old school one?
No, which the British pronounce, well, some British.
Dynasty?
Dynasties.
Yeah.
Cody doesn't, because I tested him
Okay.
to see if he was real British or not. Turns
Yeah.
out he's fake British.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's on BBC America, Big Black Cock America. It's on BBC America, and it's an animal-driven show. And it's like Planet Earth or something
Gotcha.
like that.
Okay.
But it's they've done 2 episodes so far. The first one was on lions, and you follow like this marsh pride.
And bears?
No, not yet.
Oh, we need to talk. We need to,
Fingers crossed.
we need to talk
about
about
your top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because bears and dogs are all in the same family.
Yeah, I know, but bears are fucking cool, man.
Really? Are they?
I think
which,
so.
Which
You know,
bears? Which
dude,
bears?
the ones at Busch Gardens and they're having a bit of a roll around on the logs.
Maybe.
Also, this one about the lions was like fucking tragic. Like,
Yeah.
almost brought me to tears. So like, but Ryan and Lions fucking ruthless, man. But then they had one on chimps.
Yeah.
The chimps,
Even more ruthless.
They are, but I'll tell you what, like that one was like, dude, I don't know. Just from what I listen to people, I get the impression that this Super Bowl was not very exciting.
Yeah.
They should have watched this fucking show about David the chimpanzee. Because that show was like, I wanted to stand up and cheer for him. He's like this, he was like the leader of the troop.
Yeah.
The females started going into mating or into season. So that's when the males are most often challenged for for the alpha spot.
Now, was he a good social leader?
Yes.
Okay.
But he was he played it smart. He mainly like groomed and took care of like older ones because they don't want to challenge him anyway, and they're not interested in fucking.
Yeah.
So he had one old timer on his side.
Yeah.
But these young chimps like jumped him, beat him, left him for dead. Dude, he like rose from the ashes,
Really?
like eating ants and pears, and like came to like full strength, and like for his his triumphant return to the troop, started whooping ass, taking names, and took back control of the troop, and hasn't been tested since.
Nice.
It was
nice.
fucking awesome. And then he got all the old timers with him. Like then he's like, "Fuck this!" Like I'm rolling with like the fucking like the mature squad, and like he got all the fucking apes like hooking them up. He's grooming the fuck out of them. And then like when they started to challenge him, like they like came across this like whole like grassland.
Yeah.
And you just see these fucking chimps like come out of the fucking bushes. There's like fucking like 10 of these fucking like big old shoulders, like, you know what I mean, swaying back and forth, like looking for some trouble. And like all the like young chimps like like ran off, dude. Fucking David.
It's interesting. I don't know if they probably talked about this, but I was listening to some evolutionary psychologist, and they were talking about how chimps, the social leaders last longer, stay in their positions longer than like the ruthless leaders, because the ruthless leaders they very short lifespan to their reign. So it's fucking interesting. And they kind of use it to talk about like how like there's a more successful with positive leadership type of stuff than being a fucking douche.
Yeah, for sure.
So
the
sound like you had some monkey madness.
dude, it was fucking great. I highly recommend it. Dynasty's on BBC America. Dynasty. Sorry. Apparently, some interesting Shattercast stuff happened last week.
Oh, what happened?
This is probably totally inappropriate to be having this conversation. But
Not with me.
But yeah, let's do it. It's just you and me. Hey, for the rest of you guys, don't tell anybody.
They don't listen to this podcast anyway.
But so I wasn't present.
Okay.
It was a fucked up week for me last week, and I missed the show. So, I'm getting all these like DMs and PMs and the whole bit come Friday that continued up until last night. And with people hitting me up like, dude, like you gotta like it's out of control. It was out of control this past week. It was hard to listen to. So and to be fair, most of them were like, fucking Robert, you gotta get him. He's a madman. It's like it's a fucking nightmare. It's a circus. Like it's no good.
You let him off the chain.
Correct. So, Robert always sends me this this GIF. He sends me a few, like repeat ones, and he always there's
These
one
old classics.
There's one that I like that I'm quite fond of is he has this one GIF that says like he sends it as shorthand for like you and me. Like I'll be like, look, who's in for tomorrow, and he'll send this GIF, and that means you and me. But I want to show you the GIF because it is kind of accurate.
It's a little monkey in some overalls and a fleece shirt running a bulldog
On a leash.
with a backpack. The bulldog's got a backpack on a leash, and the monkey can barely keep up with his ass. Is the bulldog running away from the monkey or running towards something?
I think he's running towards something.
I would agree.
So like, and then he sent me a whole bunch of other ones because I listened to it last night with Laura while we were working on Diorama. And Laura said...
Is that a sexual pose?
yeah. This was before. And Laura said, on another note, we are currently listening to SCU, Robert. What the fuck? And then Robert said, man, I had to tell those guys to shut the fuck up 50 times. Meanwhile, Bubby be home like... and he sent me like a gif of a bonobo dancing. And then he said, and then Laura said, okay, I literally laughed out loud, and Bobby spit his wine, which is also true. I can show you the evidence. And then he said,
I believe you.
And he said, when you tell Bubby to clean his tub, this is him. And then he said,
it's a monkey splashing in the water, and then a monkey doing circles splashing in the water, and a monkey in a tub splashing water.
he's just a fucking nut, dude.
So what happened on the podcast?
So I listened to it, and
Who was on? What was the cast of characters?
everyone but me.
Okay. Which is
Greg, Robert, Justin, Matt.
Okay.
And they get into some arguments, but I actually didn't find it difficult to listen to. There was a lot of like, there was a period where they kind of got into this shut the fuck up phase, like telling each other to shut the fuck up, and that seemed like a little much. But for the most part, I found it to be fine. Like it's just kind of business as usual. There's the conversation. It's so funny how, and it happens on Shattercast. It definitely happens in the threads and in the forums and all that kind of shit. But there's conversations that come up on that show about which toy is better, and the people that are buying into a particular toy find that toy to be better, and it leads to fucking aggression. Like so they had one about the Fans Toys Hoodlum versus the Hot Rod from Takara.
Okay, which one's better?
To me, it's Fans Toys.
Okay. I didn't watch it. I saw the video. I didn't watch it yet.
So I scored them like on all the criteria that I normally judge on. I scored them, and Fans Toys edged them out 8-7.
Okay.
And people like I saw some. I mean, most people really appreciate the video. I put a lot into it, but I saw some people like write in the comments like, "Well, Takara has an Autobot symbol +1." Like all right.
Yeah, that sticker is so high speed, man.
No, I mean,
did you put a sticker on yours?
I will. Yeah. I will. Just tie it out, But the other one was about the Prime situation, between this new masterpiece Optimus is coming and all that. So, people are subscribed or committed to their choice, and
Robert's sending that to you to review, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Dude, you should totally send him back the old one in the box, and then be like, and don't say anything. And when he gets it, he called you, be like, come fucking get it. That one right up there. You should do it.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. He probably put it up, not knowing the difference.
And then I also, that's probably true. And then I also worked on, I'm working on a new diorama that's coming along quite nicely.
The dam?
Yeah.
I knew it was the dam as soon as I saw it.
Yeah. And it's like,
you got to do the fucking purple ball
I don't
thing.
know about
You
all
got
that.
to.
But it's not it's not a literal translation of that dam.
Yeah, but it's in the spirit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for. So it's a realistic dam. It's taken like all the components of it are like compiled from 3 or 4, real life dams. That would allow the
some
figures,
research in apparently.
Yeah, that would allow the figures to be displayed.
Now is it supposed to be Hoover Dam in the cartoon?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it's also Hoover Dam that's in the first movie, and I don't know if we have Mandela affected. But
maybe. Maybe.
Either way,
I knew a girl who worked at the Hoover Dam.
I'm almost done carving it though. I have like just a few things left to do, and then it's paint time. Like it's almost ready to rock and roll.
Dude, is that Wu-Tang flavored vape?
Yeah, this place that I go to get it, it's so funny because I go with mopper guys because it's right around the corner from my mopping area. My buddy Scotty, who's like super fucking awesome. He's like 50 years old and he's like cool as shit. He goes in there and he's like, because vape people, they're all like, "Sup, bro?" Like as soon as you walk in,
They're the worst.
Yeah. And Scotty walks in, and he's like, "Sup, bros? Look, we're gonna need that 12 Nick 100 mil Wu-Tang."
Dude, you hear about the kid that got killed by it? By the vape?
Oh yeah, the Texas kid or whatever.
Did
you read any of the comments?
Dude, it's
pretty
the worst. It's
funny.
the worst. It's not funny. It's horrible. It's
No,
horrible.
but the comments.
But
are pretty funny.
so basically, it blew up, and the Huya separated from it and lodged in his throat and choked him to death. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So like the most of the time with that is the problem is those mega ultra ones. They carry like the batteries. They're a particular type of battery that I should know the name of off the top of my head, but I don't. Even no, it's more wide than that. It doesn't matter. But that's the ones that usually cause problems just because it's high energy.
Yeah.
But I actually was mopping a building that we had under contract, and a guy's vape exploded in his pants. Like he had it in his pocket, and actually it wasn't his vape. It just got sold as such. But he had his vape in his pocket, and he had 2 spare batteries for it sitting in his pocket.
Oh, okay.
And it fucking inside his pocket, and like
He was up his leg.
It did a little bit, but he had some burns to his legs, and he had some burns to his hands because he started like patting his pockets and trying to get the batteries out of them.
Yeah.
And then it actually fell on the carpet and lit a little piece of carpet on fire. But luckily enough, people there had a extinguisher in the building.
Yeah. As people do.
But when I heard wind of it, I like ran upstairs and I grabbed like all 3 extinguishers that were in the stairwell on the way, and I got to the top of the steps, and I was like, "I heard there's a vapor in trouble."
Oh man.
Which nobody laughed at, but
Dude, they're thinking about changing the smoking age to 21 and vape age to 21.
yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's great. And then somebody, I don't know where I saw this ad, but somebody's like, "Yeah, we should make the smoking age 100." Because at that point, it don't matter no more.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it is an interesting argument about like, I don't know how you feel about like healthcare and everything like that, but like, if you're going to be responsible for paying for somebody's healthcare, do you think they should be able to do things that are going to make that more expensive? Like, if we all agree, like, hey, let's all pool our money, 'cause that's basically what that is, to take care of one another. Should we be able to do as much destructive things?
I don't know.
It's interesting conversation, right?
Because like there's a lot of like nuts and bolts I need to see. I need to see like the insurance companies that are paying medical bills. Like, what is their overhead at the end of the year? How much money are they pocketing at the end of the year? What's their expenses? So what's just pure profit? And then at that case, it's like I'd have to see those numbers before kind of having an opinion on it. Because like if it's like, well, their profit is 18,000 billion trillion gazillion dollars, I'm like, yeah, it's fine, let them smoke cigarettes. But if it's like, no, they're barely getting by, it's like, all right, well then maybe we should adjust.
That's fair.
But yeah, and I don't think I did anything else for my Nerd Week. I'm still watching G1 because I'm trying to get more inspiration for more dioramas, and I'm looking into this lighting situation for the shelves.
So when you do that, I might need to hit you up as well, because I think I have these lights that you have on your Detolfs, except I put all 4 in the
top one.
In the top one. But like I might put all 4. I might get 12 of them and do a box around each
Wow, yeah.
because my lighting situation it needs some work.
I think I've got this figured out.
Cool.
I think I've got this figured out.
And I'll be up. Blah 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 blah. I'd be up to invest in some different lighting options if I was to be so educated. But so Alex moved out.
Oh, okay.
So he's done. I think my brother's going to move in.
Your brother?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
what brings him back to this part of the country?
Well, he's in West Virginia right now. He got laid off of his job.
Where he was in Ohio, right?
Yeah. So he's back in West Virginia and had some good times, had some bad times, but like it's just one of those things. He's finishing up some school and whatnot, so he might move in there, but he might not. He actually doesn't know yet.
Okay.
The invitation is out there, but if not, we're going to figure out what next to do with that space. Because I might rent it out to somebody else. But dude, I'm kind of doing that Marie Kondo thing, not like the folding the laundry type of shit, but I'm going through like a lot of my collection of stuff and like asking those questions. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm starting to realize, man. There was a point in time where I think painting took me so much time that there was a really good marveling period once it was done, and now I'm painting a lot faster and I'm getting better with this. There's a point in time where I was getting faster, but the quality wasn't there, and now the quality is starting to catch up
with it,
and then the speed is starting to catch up as well. And there's some other tips and tricks, and I'm getting a really rewarded from like just creating, right? So the question I'm having for myself now, it's like, and now like I want to kind of go back and slow down, like take my time, do some really dynamic pose, do some really interesting bases, and just focus on just doing like a really masterful set. Like this is a masterful squat. I don't need to get these guys done at any time, but I want to kind of like, I have those like models like kind of pull to the side, and like I'm doing other shit so I can come back with those skill set. But dude, I'm getting this like feeling with a lot of my stuff. Like I don't need you anymore. Like you might need a role. And I'm wondering like, am I a collector or am I a hobbyer? And I think it's that process, that journey of actually building something and painting it, and like being there with the paintbrush and the airbrush that really is makes me feel good. And like, don't get me wrong, there's products that I produce that I'm really attached to, but a lot of the stuff, man, like if somebody came up to me like, "Hey, man, you want to sell that?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, what X amount." And I think that that solidified when I started doing commissions, because I have always put so much time and effort into something, and then I want to have it done and sit there. But since I have to give that stuff up,
right?
and I've done. I mean, I think the first commission I did was early on the Beer and Bolters 40K podcast, and somebody I think we did something for a trade, and I painted a tank for him, or he did something, and I painted something for him, and I did a good job on it. And I was like, all right, here you go, man. And doing Joe's stuff, I painted a lot of that stuff, and doing these other non Warhammer type things, and now I've been doing Chris's stuff, and so I've painted a good amount of things that like either I'm not super emotionally invested in, I just enjoy the process. I mean, I got 2 whole armies that if somebody came to me tomorrow and be like, "Hey man, I'll give you $3,000 for that army," I'd be like, "Sold, bro. Take it now," because I can feel like I can reproduce it if I ever wanted to. And not that I don't like them, and not that they don't display well. There's just this new kind of detachment that's come along with it. It's made me question some other stuff. I mean, there's things like my Marty I'll never get rid of. Knock on wood, like my new quarter scale Superman statue. It means so much to me and everything. In some decoration type pieces, but a lot of stuff, man. Like I don't know where that fucking 8 foot by 4 foot table went. I literally don't know where it went. I think it might have accidentally got thrown away when I had some people pick up some stuff under the deck, which is fine. It kind of sucks because we had a fucking nice plan on it.
I found that one picture.
And actually, I think because the ruler's on the table, I think you can reverse engineer it from that ruler.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do our best. But at least gives the layout, because that's what I was most happy with.
Yeah, it was a good layout.
Yeah.
It was a good layout. But yeah, man, like I want to start going through and start clearing some stuff out.
Well, I've been kind of, like through that whole process asking myself, like, what's been coming up with me more so with all this shit is purpose. What is the purpose? And I think maybe in the 40K world that's more clearly defined.
Yeah, because there's utility.
Yeah. So like for me, it's been, Laura and I talked about it, like it has evolved. It went from this like, you know, my purpose is to have a full cast of characters from this franchise that I love. And I think the purpose is kind of changing to
Shifting. Evolving, maybe.
I want to, well, it's between Catch 'em All and then evolving. I just felt like it was too much Pokemon talk. But I just want to represent my love for this the best way.
Okay.
And, you know, that changes everything.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I've been kind of wrestling with. And I've really come to the understanding that part of it is the ability to enjoy it. So, like, I wonder sometimes, like, recently, as of late, like, do I really enjoy this Star Wars display because I enjoy this Star Wars display? Or do I really enjoy the Star Wars display because I find myself, when I have the opportunity to enjoy my collection, sitting in these specified spots, and the Star Wars display is what I see? Right. So, like, that's
time to move them around and test the theory.
Yeah. Or you know, start thinking like, look, you know, maybe, you know, I need to move things, shift things around to a point that best allows me to, you know, enjoy it. To, you know, because like the Transformer stuff is in a spot where logistically it allows it all to be displayed.
Yes.
But there's no real good place to
relax
and kind of marvel at it or gaze at it, I guess.
You know what, man? Maybe you should get some more just furniture down here.
Right.
Like maybe the table shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but it's like yeah, I hear you. I mean, that's what's going through in my head.
Yeah. It's a good, and you know what, the problem, you know who would be a good person to ask about this, no bullshit, is Emily. Like Emily, like that's what she went to school for, right? There's got to be something that she did in regards to like how art is displayed in a certain feng shui to maximize the enjoyment of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or even if she's not, I bet you she can point you to some stuff,
right?
Because there's definitely a certain flow. Like I find myself, this is my favorite room to be in down here because I think there's a purpose to it, right? I got. You're sitting here, you're looking at these statues, you feel kind of wrapped around all the books and everything, but there's also other things that catch your peripheral vision, and there's always something to look at, and everything it's tight in here, it's cozy.
Yeah.
And it's busy, but it's not cluttered.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And it's well lit.
It is well lit. Yeah, it's the best lit room. And then there's always this kind of like, I always bust Bobby's balls a little bit, called Dark House.
Yeah,
he never turn his lights on.
Correct.
And like I pull up my flashlight, that always has like shine in there.
Yeah. So, but I think that'll be another thing that helps is once I get some of these shelves lit.
Yeah, no, I agree. How hard are you going to go with the lighting in here?
Not hard at all.
Okay,
because I'm happy with like.
Well, you know what I wonder? I wonder if you can get those little directional lights and like have them in the held in the cracks, like little lamp looking lights.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't have any. Like I never have any issue when I'm looking around this room of like feeling like I'm not seeing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't struggle with that. Like out there, I definitely struggle with it.
Yeah. Well, what about even some of the lights that come off the top and shine down the case? You know, they're like 8 or 9 inches off the top of the case, looking down.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of different options.
No, for sure. I just like in here. The only thing that I need to fix eventually is this section. But this section has utility. Like, I if it's not there, it needs to be somewhere.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: if you didn't have your tables and your recording desk there, what would that be?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That would be a fucking badass little sound booth, for sure.
Yeah, but it's tight.
Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah, I mean it's not any less tight than 100 JR stairs.
Oh, for that. No, I was talking more so for this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I bet you. I don't know, because even if you put a couch in there, it'd be really close to that wall. That might work though.
Yeah.
You never know.
So I don't know. But yeah, I think furniture is a part of it. I think lighting is a part of it, and I think being able, breaking up those shelves a bit so that it seems like a group of defined things as opposed to one large undefined mass.
Yeah. Well, you just need an extension of the house.
Yeah,
let's go out the back door.
The West Wing.
Yeah, there you go. Make it happen, man. So you got that storage area. You just you don't need that. Go get a storage area up the street. It's like $40 a month.
Yeah.
Put all that shit in there.
Yeah, but
so unsightly.
But I was thinking I got that table in there now that I'm doing diorama stuff on.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, do I need all this table to do diorama stuff on, or can I do half of this table with diorama stuff on? And if I can do half of the table, can I move that shit in there?
Oh, that's a good point.
So that's the sort of stuff I'm running through my head.
Yeah. That's a really good point. And you know what? You might want. I mean, not that I'm saying you should go finish off any more shit, but you might want to have some like a proper workshop with like your chairs and your tables and everything else in there to do multifaceted things.
I got to get some stuff out of there, but for the most part, I've been productive and since it's gotten
we
that
just
space.
Go there right now and see if it sparks joy and whatnot.
Yeah, no, I need to go through that stuff again, but for the most part, I just went through it this past year when we got the movie room and went through it all.
Yeah.
And narrowed it down. And, it gets more narrow and more narrow and more narrow as time goes on. And you realize what's most important to you.
I did forget something on my nerve. We'd not really comic book nerdy stuff, but we went to another Caps game, which is fun as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, my wife is fun as fuck when she's drunk.
Yeah.
It's a fact. But she got a little too lit. But we went so we were down in Chinatown afterwards. We went and had dinner, went to the Caps game, got done, went down to the bar at the hotel. And I got to tell you, man, there's just these pod hotels in D.C. It's like efficiency. Like the bedroom is bullshit, no bigger than this room.
Uh-huh.
Like you have maybe 18 inches around the bed.
Uh-huh.
And you have a bathroom that has a sliding door. Now it doesn't even open up because it's not a room.
Right.
But it's $100.
Right.
And it's a queen size bed. It's not a king size bed, but it's $100 a night.
Right.
Like you can't beat that shit.
Right.
Especially being right there at Capital One Center. And so that might be something that we can do a little bit more frequently. But we went to this fucking strip club, man. It was the nicest strip club I think I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 3 or 4 levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you went to the VIP section on the 3rd floor, you could look down at the main stage on the 2nd floor, and there was these ladder of light bars that changed colors and would move independently, wave around and whatnot. And then the stripper poles went all the way up to the 2nd floor. So these chicks could climb 20 feet up in the air and be dancing, right in front of somebody, and then slide down the pole.
I wonder what kind of
and they had
insurance stuff they have to do.
Dude, they had a huge bar on the main stage and then another bar in the VIP area. And but the funny thing is, so my wife was having a good time, likes having a good time, but then so basically, I think they're escort chicks came up to us and started talking. They were dancers too, but they came up, totally ignored me, and just sat down and started chatting with my wife. My wife, she could be very personable, especially when she was drinking. They're sitting there chatting about whatever, blah 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 blah, and then the girls hear their names. And they go up to the VIP area. I'm like, well, would you have to pay anything for VIP? He's like, no, it's VIP in name only. There's no extra cup or whatever. Their fucking staff there was on point. I mean, they had some very polite, well dressed young men who you could tell could throw down if need be. Mm-hmm. Everybody was well dressed. I would say 35 to 40% of the clientele were women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were more women there, of course, based on the talent, but I'm saying outside of the work. Mm-hmm. I think there was only 3 guys that didn't have women with them. There were definitely 2 women who were there together, and there was a group there, and they're friends, a birthday party or some kind of party. They were all mixed, with men and women, and there was 2 guys and 1 girl, and the one girl was there slapping people's asses.
Well, I would imagine that sort of a strip club appeals more to women.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So that makes sense to me.
So, but I'm not done. So I'm not drinking right now. Mm-hmm. So it is kind of difficult to be around everybody drinking and whatnot, not drinking and whatnot. So we go up there and to the VIP section. We're checking it out. It's pretty cool. It's a cool vibe and everything. I mean, it's not well lit, but it's not dark and danky. Everything's cool, very high end. It looks like the restaurant in Scarface where Mr. Bad Guy. That's the vibe you get. Something nice but little. So the girls come back over there and talk to us again, and they offer the private room. Right? Guess how much the private room is?
How much?
$400 for a half an hour. Right? Mm. And I was like, I'm not spending $400 for a fucking lap dance. Now, I am assuming that some other nefarious type things go on with that $400, right? But we went back downstairs, and it was at that point that my wife was like, you know what? I was like, do you want to go? She's like, are you having a good time? I'm like, I'm fine, you know. We didn't spend a fucking dollar. We went in there, we got in there for free. I'm sorry, we just spent a couple of dollars for drinks, for one set of drinks. We got it for free. We had to pay the $20 coat or $20, $30 whatever, because we had the Caps tickets. Like they're like, oh, did you guys go to the game tonight? So yeah, oh, you get it for free. We didn't give. I got a bunch of ones. We didn't get up there to the dancer at one point. We had a drink. We just sat in the back, nice comfy couches, just kind of people watched. So my wife's issue was, listen, I'm all fine and dandy for coming here, but don't come over here and chat me up with a bunch of fake bullshit. That was like her. Like I'm done.
I mean, that's a strip club.
I know, but it's funny, man. Because, and like she was drinking too. Like I'm surprised because she was like being friendly and talking to him. It's like, and like these dumb bitches. And they said something I couldn't quite hear, and she couldn't remember what it was. And she like called him out. They said something. She said, "What? No, you didn't. That's bullshit." Like just called them out. But they were very polite and they kept on going. But I don't know what it was about. But yeah, something like that. She was just like, yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, it's a used car salesman.
Yeah, but it's like, but we've been to other strip clubs and the chicks just want to be sexy. Somebody be sexy and turn you on. Like these girls were like, oh, yeah, get your nails done, blah blah blah, like chatting her up like they're friends and everything. And that was a no go. Listen, if you want to be sexy and dance for me and whatnot, I'm down. But don't sit here and act like we're fucking high school buddies or whatever, or we got a bunch in common. We should go shopping together or whatever. It's fucking stupid. So, but we still had a good time. But it was just it was funny to see that kind of that shift. We went back. It was cold as fuck that day. As we're walking back, as we were walking there, some dude is wilding out in the street screaming "Allah Akbar," and I was like, "Oh no!" I mean, like at first I was like, "What did he say? What?" And then he was screaming bloody murder at the top. No pun intended. At the top of his lung, and I was like, all right, I might have to just pick you up and run. So just be prepared, because I don't know what's going on over there. But there's like 3 dudes in a parking lot, like adjacent to where we were walking. And I guess it was just some dude being foolish or whatever. But that shit was kind of, it was funny after the fact. Like, God damn, man, is that shit? We're in fucking D.C.
Yeah.
But it was a good weekend. I think she drank a little too much. And then we were coming home, and there's a fucking vehicle went into the drink on GW Parkway, and like, everything was shut down. They had a crane trying to hold it up. They had divers and shit. They had the fucking tents for the diver. I guess it wasn't Swiftwater because it was fucking iced over and shit. But that was I think they ended up finding the person. I don't know, somebody tried to commit suicide or some shit. Dude, the last way I would want to go is drive my vehicle into a fucking freezing fucking river.
Yeah, not good.
That, I mean, like the water's coming in. I mean, how stressful do you want to be when you go out, man? That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's desperation. News-wise, I think we only have like a few things. One was the Endgame trailer.
It's just fucking garbage, man.
Yeah.
Did we even see? We didn't even see Iron Man in that, did we?
I don't even know. Like it was so. I mean, like they're just trying to, they're trying to not show you anything.
It's not even a teaser. It's like a teasing isn't even. It's like a tickle. You know what I mean?
It's like a wave.
Yeah. It's a wink. It's a winker.
Yeah.
Not a winker. A winker.
And then there's a couple little Star Wars tidbits. Rumors that Episode 9 is going to center largely around like a MacGuffin of sorts.
What's a MacGuffin?
Like the thing they're all chasing, like the magic such and such. Like in
lightsaber.
So they have that though. Like that's the thing. I don't know what it was. I know that was supposed to be a large
youngling killer.
And I know it was supposed to be a large component of 7. Whereas it was supposed to be finding Luke's lightsaber was supposed to be the big deal about it. That got changed in the 9th inning or whatever. But supposedly it's going to have a big deal. And supposedly and I've heard this song before, but the Knights of Ren are supposed to play a large part in it also. And
I wonder if they were supposed to play a large part in the original 8 and 8 originally as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause I don't think we still don't know how much Rian Johnson changed or whatever. Because it's kind of I know that's kind of been I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know, like, all I know is that the drafting of 7 to what 7 ended up being went through a massive overhaul towards the end, which is why like even like the shit with Leia getting the lightsaber in the trailer or whatever, like that's none of that shit's in there because it was supposed to open up with like Luke's hand floating in space.
Oh, really?
Like holding the lightsaber, and then the whole movie was supposed to center around finding that lightsaber. And then this Kylo and Lysa Ren supposedly like because they're shooting in Jordan.
Really?
And I think the whole cast ends up there at some point. So I think that Finn and Poe are going to be on like one main mission for the movie, and I think Rey will be on one main mission for the movie, and I think Kylo will be on one main mission on the movie, and I think they'll all converge at this sand planet. I would imagine sand anyway. Maybe that's being stereotypical of me.
Maybe. I hate it.
But is it being
Close.
But is it being stereotypical of
Gets
Jordan or
everywhere.
stereotypical of Star Wars? That's my
Figure it
that's
out.
my way out.
Yeah.
And that's really it news wise. I know we have some questions and stuff recently also.
Good. Questions are good.
One was on our Facebook, and I did not delete it so that I could purposefully. Jesus Christ, Phil's been busy.
Busy man. Hey, did you ever? Is that Return of Superman cartoon out yet? I mean, I know it came out in the theater
I don't know.
or the theater.
Here is something that this is from James Kane. He's been listening since the beginning. Here's something that may or may not be interesting to Babylon about. Does any have a collection they started and grew to hate? Example: I hate my play arts now. Stands suck. They are loose as a $3 crack whore. They all just randomly take shelf times. They are headed to the plastic tub in the storage shed in the sky. So
Dude, it's funny.
James, I think that the stands sucking and the shelf dives, they might be related. I don't have any collections that I've grown to hate, but I have collections that have become that feel like work as opposed to enjoyment.
I've grown to hate.
My 3 3/4 collection feels like work.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot of work to keep it up to date and like it, that kind of stuff. But I don't think I have any that I hate. I guess my CD collection, so I'm like growing to hate because like all that shit's kind of going away. My DVD collection, I've grown to hate.
Yeah.
My cassette tape and VHS collection, I fucking hate that shit.
At first, I thought you should my kids.
Yeah, some days.
I think my CD, my CD collection. I'm kind of indifferent about. I think it's all in a book, one of the big old thick CD books that which I've kept that haven't got thrown away or lost or stolen. The DVD ones I don't really care about. Coats, my collection of coats,
Hoodies.
hoodies.
My hoodies take up a lot of real estate.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff, man. I random shit that I keep and I don't want to get rid of. That I'd have grown to hate my garage. Because I just can't get it fucking clear. Can't get it, and every time I get close to it, it just gets fucking worse, man. I don't know what it is. I wish I could stop buying shit with the exception of like food or whatever for a year and to see how my life would be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being
I hear you. No, I hear you.
And I'll tell you, man. I think my wife and I did really well this year for Christmas. We did the whole week vacation at Christmastown and Busch Gardens and Christmastown and fucking Williamsburg. I think we did really well for Christmas presents for the girls. They had a lot of good stuff and everything. But I'm like finding things that we bought them that like haven't even been opened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or have been like tossed to the side or whatever. And I'm like, God damn, I fucking wasted $5 on that. I wasted $5 on that, and I wasted $5 on that.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to the point now. I this is so horrible. I shouldn't say this. I'm almost ready for the Santa thing to be done. You know what I mean? I feel like I had 12 good years of it. You know what I mean? And I might have 1 or 2 more with my youngest, but I think she's going to figure it out. I think they have, and they're like not saying anything.
Right.
But like, I shouldn't say that out loud because some of these kids listen to the podcast. Probably should erase that.
No, I'll be.
But like, I'm ready to be like, listen, what do you want for Christmas this year, and you got a fucking limit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think you get to that point. I think that a lot of families get to that point.
Yeah.
For me, like this year we did like you. I mean, in that sense, like usually we put a lot of Christmas on credit cards and then pay it off with tax money or whatever, like January, February.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this year we had it all paid for by Christmas.
Nice.
And that helped a lot. So I don't know. I don't like, for me it's like I'm paying for the day. That's what I'm paying for.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm good with that. I'm comfortable
I don't
with
even
that.
if I got a day out of it, I'd be happy. I'm paying for 35 minutes.
Yeah. No, I hear you there too. But no, but my kids usually fuck with all this shit until about dinner time.
Okay.
But that's what I'm paying for, and it's a great day. Everybody really enjoys it, so I'm good with it.
And it's funny, like my oldest just got accepted in some singing program in the school that it's associated with. It's kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Juilliard.
Huh?
Juilliard.
No, not that one. Not that one. It's like Juilliard light. Light. That's not a high school though, right?
No, I don't feel
Yeah. But her main focus here recently has been playing the piano.
Uh-huh.
So like she's getting good. She's getting really good. And like so that's like, listen, you got a piano. You get all the you never need to be bored again in your life.
Because it's all
She's gonna be practicing.
yeah.
And if she's not playing the piano, she's up in a room singing. You know what I mean? So like, there you go. You're set now. Done with you. You got all your interests that you want, and blah blah blah.
You know what's better than a piano?
What's that?
A keyboard. You know why?
She got that too.
Headphone jack.
She got that too.
That's the shit.
But I love listening to her play the
No,
piano.
I hear ya.
You know, I love it. So actually not for nothing. Like I wish I only got him the fucking game, the arcade game thing this year. That'd been perfect.
Yeah.
Cleans up really easy. Boop, just unplug that motherfucker.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
done.
yeah.
So that's what it is.
We got a question from Paul C. a while back that I don't think we answered. But he says, so they did the Venom movie with no tie to
Cell
Spider-Man.
phones. My cell phone collection. I'm growing to hate that as well.
Regardless of how successful we nerds may have thought it was a huge commercial success. Do you think it succeeded based on its own merits or because everyone still tied it to Spider-Man subconsciously? More importantly, are there any other villain-based movies that they can make without no ties to the hero? Or do they need the hero to make the villain intriguing? I don't think. I think it was successful based on
Venom.
based on Venom, based on marketing, based on Tom Hardy, based on the kind of the badassery within the marketing, like the whole like Deadpool swag almost with the monster.
I think that I do think that Deadpool added a big thing to it that was marketable. But Spider-Man and Venom have kind of gone their separate ways for 2 decades now.
Yeah, but I think that this Venom,
you know, but I'm saying like Venom has proven that he is more than just a
correct
Spider-Man bad guy. I mean, he's had 3 or 4 different versions of him.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's a space knight,
good
super action hero.
What other villains do you think?
I mean, the Joker obviously. Yeah.
I think Magneto.
Magneto. I mean, X-Men First Class was supposed to be a Magneto.
Yeah.
Origin story.
Yeah.
And they took that and they just kind of, and not for nothing, I'd have watched Michael Fassbender, all that, and like having him meet Charles, of course, at one point would be appropriate.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. I could just watch that movie. That movie's fair. It's not as good as the Last Stand one. Is that the second one?
You're talking about
First Class.
It's not as good as Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. Yeah.
Last Stand was 3.
Oh yeah. You're right. What's the other one then? Apocalypse, Days of Future
Age
Past.
of Apocalypse.
Okay. So I mean,
not, was it? Or was it just called Apocalypse? It may have just been called Apocalypse.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It was fair, but the good parts of it were Magneto and Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything else in that movie could have been cut away, and we could have focused a little bit more on Magneto's growing up and whatnot. And I think that'd have been a fair movie. I mean, the only problem with Magneto shit now is we're getting so far away from the Holocaust.
Yeah,
and it's really neat. That part of his history is needed.
Yeah,
that you're either gonna tell a period piece or you're gonna have Magneto be old as fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I at this point, Thanos.
Yeah, probably. You know, and that might be a lesson in and of itself that if you're willing to tweak the character to make it a more dynamic and interesting character where it's not a mustache twirler, then you could probably do any villain.
I mean, is it possible to see a movie about Thanos' rise to power?
You know, I think that's possible. I think it's like the whole Thanos Gamora story, I think is one worth having. Hey, baby, do you, at 3:50, can you get your sister off the bus for me? Unless I'm upstairs?
Sure.
Thank you. I'll remind you.
Guess what?
What?
Leia, she took all of my mimis out of my room and took them down and played with them. Even Sleeping Glaceon, the big one.
She's
We're not done.
She's so she comes down. She's like Leia loves the Pokemon now, like the stuffed animals and stuff. And she calls them all Mimis because one of them is named Mimi.
No, one of them's named Eevee, and Eevee evolves into her favorite thing,
Which is what?
Glaceon.
Oh, okay. So like it's Eevee, but she calls them all Mimis. She's like, "Hey, Dad, I see Mimis." She like me holding like this. It's pretty cute.
I miss that shit.
Yeah, I see Mimis. And like we took a walk yesterday, and she's
I
like,
love mimis.
we took a walk yesterday, and she was like, "I see rocks. I see rocks."
I thought she said space rocks.
Yeah, you and your mother thought she said space rocks. I was like, she's clearly pointing to it, saying, "See rocks."
Space rocks.
But yeah, space rocks makes more sense.
It does. She watched an episode of Paw Patrol that it was all about space rocks.
That is true. That is true. That is true. So thank you. I appreciate it. So like the whole Gamora story, like I think that could be a story that's told.
I do feel like that we've tapped. I do feel like we've already gone into so much Gamora with 3 movies thus far. Is that much more to tell?
Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily focus it on Gamora. I think I would focus it on Thanos. Just have that be, fully show that story during it, and Nebula as well.
Yeah,
as children.
I think that there's plenty of space to work the Nebula angle, but also I think
to work the Nebula. I'm on to you.
But I also think that if you dive into her too much, it's going to take away from what she is in the other 3 films. Because she needs to be kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
You just need to know that there's this pain. If you focus too much and analyze what the pain was, it may be less interesting.
And I'm not saying I need a Thanos movie by any stretch.
Oh no, I'm not saying you're saying that.
Yeah, but I think it could work. I like I said, man, I think if you're willing to take the Thanos approach, I think you can make them all work.
How about a Vader movie?
Yeah, I would definitely be down for a Vader movie.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Really? Captain Obvious?
The Purge.
That would be dope.
Let's see what else we have here. We have...
I did forget about something else on my weekend, man. Such a fucking idiot.
Well, go ahead.
Speaking of the hockey game, I might have made a mistake and got a puck past the goalie.
Oh, really? During high tide?
During high tide, for sure. Maybe the day after high tide.
Dumb.
It was dumb. I was caught up in the moment.
This is from Paul Andrews. He's been listening for a long time as well. He said, "Hey guys, for the sake of discussion, I wondered if you could identify the moment in a film when it just loses you. Consider Wolverine Origins or Justice League, for example. I doubt you each went into that movie predetermined to hate it, but at what moment do you think you wrote it off? It may be that at one point it started looking bad, though could have been redeemed, but what was the final straw? If there are any others you'd like to analyze and discuss, I'm sure your listeners would find it very interesting and provocative. Great having Mr. Pinkerton on the show. Happy New Year, Paul." Ooh, I got one that comes to mind right off the top.
Go.
Transformers.
Okay.
The 07. I was like, the whole movie, I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? The moment that the Mountain Dew machine and the Xbox turned into Transformers, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. How about the Shadow when they shoot the bullets and the bullets hit each other?
Wait. Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
There was a movie that I just watched recently.
The Phantom. the credits. The intro credits.
There's a movie I just watched recently that I was like, I reached a point where I was like, I'm out. And it might have been. Well, I'll tell you, like this was far along into the movie, but I off the top of my head, the Deadpool 2, the Juggernaut.
Oh, the pants, his pants being pulled down.
That
the thing of his ass.
Yeah, that really, I went from being like, this is a retread on a familiar tire, to I don't want to drive this vehicle.
Oh, I just remember my fucking tires fucked up, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hit a fucking horrible fucking pothole on the way here today at like 65 miles per hour, and I got a fucking goose egg in my tire. You know a little bit about vehicles. How dangerous is that to blow out?
I don't know. I can ask around before you leave.
Yeah, I mean, so now I'm at the fucking. I guess I can get a ride to work tomorrow. But I gotta take that motherfucker into the shop. Fucking pain in my ass, bro. I hope I didn't bend the rim. I probably did.
I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that stand out like off grip, but
I mean, like, I'm not trying to stir shit with this comment, but there's a couple key points in The Last Jedi for me that just it was a straw that broke the camel's back. Though it was the first bit of it was Poe looking all ridiculous in the falling off the table with all the
Finn.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was one. Then Hux being pulled around the bridge like a rag doll.
That didn't bother me, but those jokes still bother me.
And then the last bit was your mom holding for your mother or something like that.
Yeah, that joke bit.
And like that right there, I was like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. There's this thing, I've never experienced it like this incident, but when I was watching X2, right, in the very beginning, when Storm walks down the stairs in the mansion, she's like, Logan, where have you been? And it just didn't feel right. I'm like, you knew this guy for 5 minutes, and the last thing that he did was steal a vehicle from this house.
Right.
You know, and you act like he's been, like, you know, he's a long lost buddy. You know, and like, I like that X2 movie. It's good. It's got some really good points in it.
It's great.
But that piece, that bit,
that joke bit.
No. That bit in X2 seemed so artificial. I was like, this isn't right. I feel like I'm in the wrong universe, right? And I had a similar feeling when I was watching Episode 8 with that joke bit.
That joke bit was very off-putting to me. Like, and it's still one of my biggest gripes with that movie.
I mean, you still have to cringe when you watch it.
Yeah. Like, and it was almost to a point where after he said, "I'm waiting for your mother," if it cut back to Hux and was like, "And my mother likes Pepsi Cola," and it was a Pepsi commercial, and then the real movie started, I wouldn't have been surprised. Like, it seemed like,
oh yeah, it was. It wasn't right.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I'm still. It is literally my least favorite part of that movie, like, without a doubt.
And that all that shit happened so close together. For me, I don't know. It's just it's tough. It's tough. I need to go back and watch that before the next one comes out again.
Yeah, I just got it too.
Yeah. You got that? You get the beer and voltage comments?
I guess so.
That's crazy.
Because I when you were active, I used to post stuff on there all the time.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think what else, if there's anything else that pops out. Because I haven't really had that. So I've had a checkout moment. My checkout moment in the DC films, because I was just thinking, I was like, I haven't really had that. Like, Justice League is one of my least favorite of the DC movies, but it's not. I never have a checkout moment. I'm just worn,
disappointed.
I'm worn down by the end. I'm just like a little. I went in like this vibrant, strong column, and by the end, I'm a little tiny nub. But you know what I mean. But like it was like a frog in the frying pan. You don't realize it's
I
getting
still
too hot.
function.
But Suicide Squad, when it becomes, you know, the CGI fuckfest, monster versus monster.
They should have ended it when Amanda Waller killed everybody.
1,000%.
Yeah, fucking dope.
Halle Berry Catwoman is also another villain. They can have her own movie. Obviously, it's been proven.
Yeah.
But I think a Catwoman movie could exist.
Yeah, but she's not even a real villain.
No, I agree.
Like, I don't think Bane could have his own movie.
No.
Let me think. Who else in here?
I might have the Hot Toys Batman cast lined up.
Oh, really?
For a pretty good price.
The Dark Knight?
Dark Knight Rises, then Batman, the Dark Knight second Joker, the better one, and Batman Begins Scarecrow.
Cool.
I might have all three lined up.
Are you going to get? You don't want both Batman costumes?
No, just one or two.
Which one would you prefer?
Dark Knight Rises. Like when he said he has them, when he said he had them, I was like, I was like, damn, man, I hope it's The Dark Knight Rises, but it's
Yeah.
probably Dark Knight because everybody was on the Dark Knight hype train.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want a Batman Begins.
Well, so here's the thing with that. That is my favorite suit of the three. It's my least favorite Hot Toys of the three.
Because it's older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, which Batman do you have? And he was like, Dark Knight Rises. I was like, fuck. You know, because you're always kind of looking for an excuse not
so
to.
what, I mean, is it done?
It's not done. It's not done, but it's kind of, it's like, if like, it's how we felt in November with the Disney Fox deal.
Gotcha. Is that, I mean, somebody that you know well?
No.
Okay.
No. But I know him well enough. I've done stuff
Okay.
with him before.
Okay, so he's not going to probably fuck you over.
No, it's more of a matter if I can generate the funds.
Oh, okay.
But some things on my end just kind of went through.
Well,
that might
can you
put
tell me
in a
how much
spot.
it is? With
Yeah.
your finger in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to put my socks back on. I was pulling out all the digits so Adam could see.
So, but like, as soon as you send,
I'll-
send it, he's sending it out. He's done. Like, you guys
Yeah.
got a handshake on it.
Yeah. And I mean, that does it for me, I think. Because I don't think there's any other.
Hot Toys for the year.
No, I don't think there's any other Hot Toys from that franchise that I want. Like, they have a Gordon
They have the
and a Robin.
Don't they have, and they have an Alfred.
And they have an Alfred.
Did Hot Toys make the Batmobile?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But
You wouldn't get that though.
No.
What if like somebody just gave it to you?
Oh yeah. But I mean, give me the '89. Give me the Batsky boat.
Basketball. Dude, we used to love the basketball, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude! Just bringing up the Batsky boat puts a smile
Yeah.
on my face. But
Absolutely.
like, yeah, because I would like a Ra's al Ghul, but the Hot Toys didn't make one. But there's like a third party one that
Oh,
you
didn't
can
Gentle
kind of.
Giant, not Gentle Giants, Sideshow make one?
No, it's like this.
So you know what? So it's funny. Since I got that statue, Sideshow shit has been popping up on my fucking Facebook feed. The Sideshow and the Hot Toys. What is the difference quality wise?
So the face sculpts are not as good
On
the sideshow.
Okay.
The face paint is not as good on the
Okay.
sideshow, and the to me, and I'm no expert because I've only looked at two sideshow offerings.
Which
of
ones were
1/6. It was Darth Maul.
Okay.
And
Vader?
The Jawas.
Okay.
The soft goods seem to be in the same realm. You know what I mean? Like the Hot Toys might edge them out better in this department. You know, the Hot Toys
Yeah.
might do leather better, and they might do something else better or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But they're kind of comparable. And then the builds of the figures, like the Bucks, they're both very comparable. The joints are maybe toleranced a bit better on the Hot Toys.
Okay. Because I wonder if you could get a Sideshow to fill in some gaps at Hot Toys. Would you do that?
You know, it would depend. It would
Okay.
really depend. Like I love Darth Maul,
Yeah.
and I never got that Maul. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? And now
Is there-
Hot Toys has one coming,
Okay.
so it's like,
What if it's not as good?
oh, I can tell you by the pictures, it's as good.
Okay. Good.
But you know, I do question marks because like Sideshow has like a Jabba, like with throne
Oh,
and the whole
yeah,
bit,
yeah,
and like I
yeah.
think about that kind of stuff sometimes.
See, that'd be worth getting.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I
How
don't.
much is he?
I don't know.
$900.
No, I want to say like five.
That's
five,
not.
six.
That's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's
That's got to be big as fuck.
yeah. I want to say that's about what it is, but I don't know for sure.
See, did they ever do a Slave Leia?
No, and now I never will. There's like a third party kit that you can buy to do a Slave
That's
Leia,
bullshit, bro.
with like a Fison body. Dude, shout out to Lee. He's listening right now. He's a Nerd Rage listener, but he's like, I talked to him, he's a Scottish dude. I talked to him on the phone recently, and he's like, dude, I can't do a Scottish impression. I'm not gonna try. But he was like, you got to do a Fison body, man. Like, do a Fison body review because nerds are fucking horny scumbags. And
Oh,
they'll
it's
fucking-
the one with it's like full anatomically correct.
Yeah, well, correct to maybe your favorite Instagram model, but yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Is that the one with like the nibbles and the? Okay. All right. It's a little excessive.
you
A little
think?
excessive.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Like, part of me thinks that if they did it for everybody, like that's just how they made them. They made like the full nude. Like it would be less creepy that there's a third party market for it for whatever reason.
Oh, so if like Hot Toys did it as well,
If there's like, hey, listen,
this is the nature of the business.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the human form.
Right.
You know, we
but
make
the,
these
but
things
the
accurate.
fact that it is a third party makes it scummier.
Yeah. You know.
I agree. But he wants me to do this. Yeah, he was like,
Because, dude, then you start like, then you think about like, is there upgrades for the junk? If you get a guy,
am I the creepy Spider-Man?
I know, right? like you know, there's a pull out the unit, put a bigger unit there if you want to.
Start
You know, because then
like,
it's
man, I want to go with this buck, but I feel like his dick should be bigger.
exactly. And then like how crazy do you get then?
Yeah.
Start adding birthmarks and shit.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the pictures of the somebody did it to the Black Widow, you know, but you know that like the super sexy nipple one and whatnot, and like, dude, it still looks like a fucking toy. It's not like it looks like a woman or anything.
Oh, I need a Two-Face. I wonder if Hot Toys did a Two-Face.
Oh,
That's the one I'm missing.
If only there was a box.
Yeah. See, if I in my head, I want to say they did not,
I don't think they did either.
but I want to say there's probably some third.
Oh, it says there's a Hot Toys Two-Face 2.0. Yes, they did.
Okay, so that would be the one I'd be missing.
Oh, wow. He's got two different heads and two different jackets. Harvey
Dent. Yeah, so I need to get him still.
He looks. Oh, I bet he's got the eye thing, like the back of the head. So there's just straight up Harvey. There's I guess 3 versions.
So I'd have to look into that. My question would be,
Which version you getting, man?
my question would be, you know, how to display it. You know, like if I put Bane and Catwoman on one shelf, and Harvey and Joker on another shelf, and then Batman and Scarecrow on another shelf. I don't know.
That'd be tough. So let me look up
I have to look at it.
Batman. Let me see. Batman Begins. See what they got. Now I'm fucking curious. So they got a Bruce Wayne in the bat suit. They have I guess the black suit that's not like, he doesn't have the bat symbol on it yet. Yeah, this one doesn't look as good. You're better off with the Dark Knight one.
Yeah.
They got the Batman Monster one.
Right, yeah, I don't want that.
Actually, the Panther suit doesn't look bad.
But in my head, you see, I'm like, man, do I do Alfred and Gordon and put Alfred, Gordon, and Batman on one shelf, and then Bane and Catwoman on another shelf, and then, do you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah. You might need to go that way.
See, that's the fucking trouble I end up running into, sir.
Yeah. All right, so these are... That looks like trash right there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at a picture with the Dark Knight suit, the Batman Begins kind of shiny, and the Batman Begins very matte, and then the Joker, and they just look like fucking shit.
Dude, a Hot Toys, man, it all depends on how you pose them, how you light them, and where you take that photograph from, and what angle.
I mean, lighting, it's all about the lighting. You know, it really is.
Because if you do that shit from like straight on or looking down at it, the heads look huge.
Yeah, yeah. The Scarecrow one looks kind of strange though, because he's got the jacket, he's got the straight jacket over a suit and tie. That looks kind of odd.
I wonder if I can take the jacket off.
I'm sure. I'm sure
Just put the
could.
mask on him.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. But yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
Or even have him like pulling up the mask. You know, if I could grip his arm.
Ooh, that'd be good. Hey, I don't think you can lose with this. Oh, there's also a Ninja Batman, a Ninja Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I don't need that either. But I think
I don't mind the Batman with the mask off.
no, I don't either. But I think you can. I think that's what the third party kit does. They have like a Ra's al Ghul head, and then you buy the Ninja Body Batman Hot Toys. And you put the, you know, I think that's how they freak that.
Okay, yeah, you can't take the suit off the Scarecrow. I mean the straight jacket off. So yeah, maybe I guess that's how they do it.
Put him on a big dick Fison suit.
Just sword fight. I mean, come on now, bro. We've already seen Batman Unleashed. So, all right. And, yeah, I guess, who all was in The Dark Knight? Was anybody else in The Dark Knight? Any of the gangsters or anything?
No, Zaz is in the first one, but I wouldn't feel the need to have that.
That is as.
In Batman Begins, they didn't have a figure of him.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have here in the questions department. Sam Mead says, "Hey guys, I was very disappointed when DC Films announced they were moving away from the shared universe to focus on standalone stories. I'm very happy with the MCU and how they have proceeded. My friends and I on our podcast recently came up with our list for best 15 Marvel stories and best 15 DC stories. While I was disappointed with how DC Films is proceeding, I noticed that of my list, only 6 out of 15 DC stories relied on anything before or after, and the other 9 out of 15 could be considered standalone. With Marvel, 13 out of 15 relied heavily in what came before and after, and only 2 out of 15 could be considered standalone. Is DC really just going to what has been their strength all along? Would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks, Sam."
I guess the 2 have to be Iron Man and Guardians of the Galaxy that are standalone? Or maybe...
No, I think he's saying of their top 15 books, only 2 did not rely
gotcha.
upon.
I thought you were talking about movies.
Yeah.
I misunderstood that.
I think that's a valid point. I think that, like, honestly, like, I don't need the DC stuff to be a shared universe, but I'd prefer it to be. But let me explain what I'm talking about. I don't need Justice League movies. I don't need, like, any of that shit. I don't need the Aquaman movie to tie to the Wonder Woman movie or any of that. But it would be nice if we knew all of these characters did exist in the same world. And then if you did, like, you know, just off the top of my head, if you did like a Cataclysm movie and Superman did show up and they did have that moment and Superman was gone and that was it.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Superman in the Shazam movie, just like checking him out.
Right.
What you doing?
Right. What is this? You know, and then moving on. Like, it doesn't have to be like I guess the plot. That's what it is. I don't need the plots to be connected.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I just like the idea of these characters being able to experience one another, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, so yeah, I'm
like The Boys.
yeah. I'm interested to see where DC goes. Like, I'm really disappointed that we didn't get a Joker trailer because I really want to see the vibe there.
Yeah. Somebody put something on just Joaquin being Joaquin. They're like, this dude should Joker in real life. And I was like, oh.
His forehead is the Joker.
He's crazy, man.
So yeah, I don't know. And like, you know, we didn't get a Star Wars. Like,
that's fucking crazy.
I guess we're getting a Celebration.
When is that?
April.
And then the movie comes out December?
Mm-hmm. I'll be there.
Man.
I think we're going to fly.
Where's that?
Chicago. We started looking into it with, like, expenses and everything, and, like, it started getting comparable as we started, you know, scratching that off the list and this off the list, and you know what I mean?
So what shows are you doing next year?
Like, working?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Baltimore.
Okay.
And that might be it. But I'm not going to work the Star Wars.
Because TFCon is in L.A.
Correct. And if they don't do a fall show, you know, then I'm not going to.
So they're only doing L.A., they're not going to do the Canada show?
No, they're going to do the Canada show. I don't know if we're going to that or not.
Okay.
Like, we talked about the possibility of going up there and doing it. I just don't know if we're going to. I mean that literally. I don't know. Like, it could go either way. It's an important show to kind of what we do, but man, I didn't tell you. I have some stuff to talk to you about regarding that show. That I'm just not going to put out there. Like, what TFCon stands for in the fandom, I am 100% behind. Some of TFCon's business practices, I disagree with, as I do.
They
most
wouldn't give you a
companies.
refund on the ticket for your child?
yeah, my $20 ticket for my kid to sit there in a fucking stroller.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, they didn't charge her. They thought that was asinine. My 5-year-old, they were like, no, that's legit. $20 for her makes sense, but the one in the stroller, we'll let her slide. Well, she rolls.
So gracious.
I know.
Right.
I know. But that was only the tip of the iceberg. They sent an email recently that
to you personally.
To me personally, and I'm sure it was carbon copied to a large group of others. I know that I at least got the email twice from different email accounts.
Oh.
But
Well, shit.
yeah,
Now we have to figure it out.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it. But yeah, I mean, the fan element of that show is fucking awesome. Some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes with that show, I don't know if I will say from the outside looking in looks fishy. Sometimes you talk to people and you realize that the way it's perceived is 100% off.
I mean,
and
we tell ourselves villain stories and
correct.
You know.
So I don't want to make it seem that way because I haven't had conversations with them, but some of the interactions.
Better sense of tingling.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Gotcha.
But I wish them the best. I don't have anything against them, and it's all business. It's not personal.
Yeah, man.
And I think that's it.
Man. I think we're good. Nice quick show.
Fresh. They don't need to all be long.
Fresh.
Shout out to the rest of the Nerd Rage team. Of course, Joe and Chris that couldn't be here today, and I think it's a full show next week.
Cool.
And then shout out to Raul on Instagram, the Phillips, whether they be black or Maryland based, and then Dante the Destroyer.
I got to slap the hell out of Black Phillip here later.
Yeah, I mean it is Wednesday after all.
Yeah.
And Manny, who's been helping me with the mics that I think you read. Did you catch up on those messages?
Yeah.
Does it sound good to you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I like the. I think I like. Are you the second one? It hangs down.
No,
right?
nothing hangs.
It doesn't.
No, everything's going to be based like this.
Okay.
The question is, do we need a $230 microphone to do a $100 microphone job? So our tentative plan is to buy one of these $100 microphones, test it. Mm-hmm. If it works, cool. Then we'll get 3 other ones as we can. If it doesn't work, then
you know what? You know what we should do? How to test it? Each week, don't tell anybody. Each week we switch who's using it.
Yeah, well, I think you'd see it unless we
maybe, but like it's let to the
to the people. Yeah. We could put it out there like who sounds best. Yeah. I like that. And then if it works, if it works, cool. And if it doesn't work, then we'll send it back and go with the more expensive option. But I'm hoping it'll work because I don't know if are we buying a car that can go 80 miles per hour but we live in a
35 zone?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm tracking.
Also, regarding Patreon, I'm going to be doing a lot more for Patreon. So if you're not on the Patreon, you might want to get on it. And I'm going to be doing one thing I know for sure. And anybody has suggestions or whatever, that's cool. Let me know, and I'll try to facilitate.
You got to put the beer and bolters on Patreon too.
But one thing I'm going to do is like when I get a toy in, especially if it's something that's like sought after or highly anticipated, as soon as I get it out of the clamshell, I'm going to film me getting it out of the clamshell and give my first reactions to it. Put that on Patreon. The review will go up the next day.
Raw review.
Yeah. And then the review will go up the next day, and then the third day back on Patreon will be like an uncut. Like, look, this is the stuff that I can't say.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Ooh, I like it.
So this is like, look. In the review, I said I don't like this. Let me be honest with you. I fucking hate this part of it. Like,
gotcha.
And the same thing, vice versa. Like I said, the paint is done really good. Now, let me tell you, from a fan perspective, I want to fucking have sex with this paint. That's how good it is. You know what I mean? Like just stuff that like people like that seems biased or one way or the other. More subjective.
Yes.
So that stuff's coming. Live stuff is coming. Q&A type stuff. We'll do all that. And then I had something else. Of course, all the podcast stuff will continue that we've been doing. And then, I don't know. I got a few more ideas, but a lot of stuff. Diorama build stuff because a lot of people are interested in the Transformers diorama stuff. So a lot of stuff like that is coming. So you might want to look into it at your earliest convenience or inconvenience. Plus, we got to get these guys some stools.
Yeah,
because
they're bad stools. Dude, my legs are hurting right now.
I know.
Bullshit.
So, but I gotta get with you guys. Like, we got to make that a date.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see what else. If there was anything else I wanted to touch on,
I'm sure you'll remember once we turn on.
100%. Shout out to the rest of the cool table: Shattercast Uncut, Enter the Realm, Beer and Bolters 40K or 30K, Plastic Fanatics, Stasis Lock, Toy Detox, Building Up to It, Fresh Communication, Breaking the Mold, and Verbally Challenged. And I think that's it.
And with that, I don't even know what I'm going to say. Stay frosty.
And with a warm dick player.